Hey guys, a big hello to everyone. It's Serhi with you. Today I went out to catch some live bait using a drop shot rig. This will be a very interesting video because the method is quite good and large perch are caught. We're currently at the Pechenijske Reservoir near a bay with a little bridge where there's a small current. The depth there is great, from 5 to 2 meters. There are big drops and a small current. There used to be a little river flowing there. The current is still on that side. A bay has formed here now. In short, there's always perch in this spot. They catch it both in summer and winter. I have live bait in my bucket. Here it is, a bleak, a little fish. So, how to catch live bait, you'll see it now. It was also quite a challenging task. In general, I came to this bridge specifically, and now, with the help of a regular fishing net, you can catch live bait. The water has definitely risen a lot. Just like that, with one smooth motion. Looks like I've already caught quite a bit of live bait, you see? Just like that, half a bucket full. We don't need a lot of water. And we'll shake it out. This whole thing goes here. My fishing rig today is a dropper rig. 0.6 and 0.17 fluorocarbon line small float fishing hook. 0.16, 0.17, 0.16, 0.17. I use a small hook for regular float fishing. The hook should be small and thin so that the perch can bite it easily. I've noticed it. And the height of the dropper rig to the weight is about 20 centimeters. I use a long leader like this to reduce snags with the live bait. And so to speak, it makes the perch less afraid of the weight. We all know that fluorocarbon is less visible in the water, so I use it, as I mentioned. The diameter is 0.16 to 0.17. Well, before. You can use the diameter of fluorocarbon when fishing for perch. We arrived at the bridge, and here Maxim has been fishing since early morning. Can you tell us about your rig and your method? Fishing, how do you fish? Well, I have a spinning rod. I just cast it out. And wait, you cast with a dropper rig, right? Well, yeah. Show us your catch. Can you show us? I see you already have a couple of perch, right? Not a bad perch. And the live bait, right? You have live bait. Wow, that's a nice perch you got there, right? How did you catch it? Under the sack or on a spider rig? You caught it on a spider rig, right? Yes. You went to the river in the morning too, right? Uh-huh. Well, just yesterday. Ah, from yesterday, got it. Perch. Well, this one is really nice that you caught. Uh-huh. Such a fine fellow. You see how the guy has already sat on the oak tree? How many are there? Normally, about 2 dozen perches. You wait a long time for a bite. Well, yeah, but you have to wait with long pauses, even until the bite comes. What would you say? Well, it's good. Average or above average. Sometimes the average is such that it's better. Yeah. You can come closer to take a look. A little pest and a short leader. Do you usually use fluorocarbon or regular line? Just regular line. Just regular line, right? Yes. Bottom, do you not use a longer leader with a drop shot rig? No. You always fish like this. And everything is biting well? Yes. Well, as you can see. Well, yeah, there's a bite. Now we're going to try. Let's stand here a bit to the right. Oh, you're catching fish, right? Can I ask you, is there any fish? What kind? Is there any perch? Is it biting? I was just messing around in the morning. But is there a catch in the bag? Yes. Is there? Can you show me what you've already caught? But did it bite better in the morning or worse? How's it going overall? Oh, yeah, it's fine here. Oh, half a bag already, great. And is the roach also on the bomb? Or on... There's also roach there. It was a lucky catch. Oh, you accidentally touched it, right? Only perch, mostly. Got it. So you can already fish with the bomb if there's a spot like this. And you have fresh water. You definitely need some kind of cloth because it's cold. My hands are freezing. Okay? And we do it. Cast carefully. And you can say the same as with a regular jig with silicone. We're touching the bottom and we wait for a bite. I've got a bite over there. Something's on. Something was biting. We're touching the bottom and waiting for a bite at the tip. The bites are happening instantly. Guys, you often ask where you can buy fishing gear at a good price and with the right specifications. I use the e-catalog. In front of us is the e-catalog. We type fishing in the search, and now I'll show you using reels as an example. How to choose a fishing reel. Let's choose, for example, the manufacturer, right? Its type of reel is a spinning reel. And the spool size ranges from 3 to 1,000. We click show. The service shows us a lot of reels based on the specified parameters. Let's choose the Daewoo Ninja 3000A reel. We can see that we have a photo of this reel and a full description. And below, there are many stores that can offer it at a better price. As we can see, the prices vary a lot, and you can save a good amount. Let's compare this reel with some other one. Here is the Daewoo Ninja 321, 312. We click on it and then click add to compare. We click compare. The e-catalog immediately shows us the parameters that differ for these products. We can see that these reels differ in spool capacity and weight. We can also look at all the parameters for these reels. It's very convenient if you're picking out a product for yourself. Guys, the link to the e-catalog will be in the description below this video. Well, while the sensor was on, thank you, it's still dropping. The leader, it turns out, is stiff in the thickness, meaning you should poke more in the thickness. Here. So you can fish with a float, and there's one frequency. You see, the obstetrician, he went. But such a small golden gesso is great. It's small, but in the thickness, so you can use a regular float tackle with the same reel and cast as far as possible, just like that, and retrieve it with the current. Now I'm taking the live bait again. Well, here we attach his little fin. The Dog King, Bobs. Are you here with us? And we do the same cast. The tackle flew out and now we wait. It's another one, so it's on a long pause and it's not a bad little perch. Yes. Oh, look at this one. Well, it's not bad. Just ordinary, but for this area you could say it's pretty good. So you don't take the purchase. You put on a black bag, right? I'll be throwing it here for you. I'm just purely interested in it for sport. Yes. So you see, 2 casts, 2 perch. We immediately take the live bait and put it on again. Whoops, it fell. The live bait swam away, but let it swim, so to speak, natural selection. Again, we hook it by the upper fin. And we wait. You don't need to cast far, just about 15-20 meters. And when it falls, we immediately look at the tip. Since the perch is now thicker, it floats in the water. A lot of taps on the drop. It touches the bottom, and with pauses you wait for it. How to understand? It's about perch. If there are taps on the drop with a dropper rig, then you can make the dropper rig longer. More in length, and the weight used for casting should be lighter. And you can also see it in the water, a bunch of small fish diving around. There are a lot of splashes, the fish is coming out to feed on the small fish, just like that. You stand there and you immediately see a splash like hop, hop, hop. There was a small bite. I have... Sometimes if you stand still for a long time, like say a minute, without any bites, you can wiggle the bait a little. Oh, got one! It's a perch already! Look at this nice one! I wiggled the bait and immediately got a bite. Wow, what a nice one, right? Wow, right. This one's already a decent perch, got it? Oops! You need to catch perch like this for bait. Let's open its mouth, now we'll show you. How nice, it bit just like that. There! There! What a nice little perch. All right, got it. Thank you for the knife. A nice little perch is going into your bag. Nice one. Got it. All right. Well, you can fry ones like theirs. Yeah, the bigger ones. Yeah, here it is. So, oh, look at the water. The fish are stirring. This shows that the upper layer of the water, literally up to 1.5 meters, means the perch is coming out to feed on the bait. It depends on the weather, the pressure, and the water level. Today he can peck from the surface of the water, from the depths, but tomorrow it could be just from the bottom. I don't know. It all depends on the weather. Now I'll try using Cybele to catch something. There's a little perch. I wanted to make a recast. Thought there was nothing there, but look, this one's pretty good, right? Not bad at all. It's a great perch. The key is that they bite even when you have a small hook on the edge. It's easy to grab. If it hooks on the lip, but often they swallow it from the top. Just like this, exactly. The upper fin catches, yes, then it turns out more often for well to catch. Not so deeply, I swallow. And if it takes it from the head, it goes right in, which makes it uncomfortable for the fish, and it holds on tight. I have the upper fin again, and it's doing well, but it hasn't come off yet. I've cast it a few times, and it hasn't slipped off even once. Yeah, it holds on well, and like I said, it's easy to unhook later. Another average bore, and there was a clear bite just now. It clearly bit. By the way, there's still some live bait left here. Sometimes you can use the bait several times if the perch hasn't really eaten it. It ate it. You might ask, why is the perch biting so much? It's great. Here on the Rusa there's a lot of fish. You can see them swimming around on the surface biting. First of all, as far as we know, there are no bites again. The catch here is quite large. You can catch them with a float. Probably a man wouldn't lie about the big ones. Are they about this size in centimeters? You can definitely salt them and fry them. Yeah, they're really big. And this perch won't eat them. And especially with the bait at this depth, like we're casting, the weight doesn't sink, but the perch is swimming around. Right now, in the near bottom layer, there are usually large schools. Specifically for this Cybele. That's why. He likes it when the bait is given to him right on the bottom, and he just eats it whole. It's like someone brought you sandwiches to bed. He swallows it whole. It's the same as if someone brought you sandwiches to bed. You wouldn't refuse, you wouldn't turn down going to the store for them, somewhere to that shore, right? You wouldn't turn down life here. The same effect. They often catch even with dead bait. I know, the guys will cast it further out like that. Strokes with sweeping movements like fish. Yeah, still live fish is better than bait. Yeah, iron and full name. It was a small nibble. There was a nibble, but no fish. You can even do it like this in the water column right now. Just lower it a couple of meters. Because I feel the perch is not right on the bottom, but somewhere around here it's swimming. In the game, as I said, I lowered it. I just didn't lower it to the bottom. I just dropped it about a meter off the bottom and lifted it up. Just like that, I moved it a bit. And the fish froze. Even I had a dead one, it lives, it just swam around. And that's it. Oh. The only downside is it's cold. But my hands are always cold, I have to wipe them. Always, here. Well, I want to say that if you catch a big perch like the one you got, you need to wait from the bottom. More from the channel. So, in the water column, well, the smaller ones come out, the bigger ones are a bit larger, up to this size. That's why the tower is worth it. There is one like this, yeah. Or someone caught a crucian carp. And how did you catch the crucian carp on the bomb? I caught it, yeah, well, it's about the size of my palm, yeah, like that. It's important. Yeah, I caught a crucian carp about the size of my palm. It swam by and it got caught just fine. Another cast. I just updated the live bait. It turns out I immediately attached the fresh one. It plays really well. And literally just touched the bottom and immediately there was a bite. Still, it's key for the fish to swim on its own. It's unclear, they only take it 5k times. Up to 5k times. They take it, yes, they don't go, and they lead to the bottom. They like crucian carp. Fear has caught up with the summer crucian carp. Weird. Just excellent. The crucian carp are on the move. Already with the frying pan and the frying pans. The main thing is to keep an eye on it. There's a good hole there. Did you hear? It's a good hole. That's where he is. It's a good hole. That's where he is. Another one. There are many attacks and bites, just like pokes from small perch. So you can catch with anything you want. The main thing is to change spots in time and follow the schools. Bimul. And this is a bimula. Right now, as I said, we're using a float rig. Here I have a regular light float and also fluorocarbon. I use fluorocarbon of a thin diameter on the float, so to speak, to make it as thin and sensitive as possible. That was our rig. It's all exactly the same, guys. A piece of fluorocarbon about 30 centimeters, spaced out shot weights, a small dropper, and the same hook. Let's start at the half-meter depth. The main thing I didn't mention is, of course, the spinning reel. We just take it and lower our rig down. We're lowering it down. And that's it. Now our task is just to watch the float. Whoa! So that's how it's done. It is caught with the float rod in exactly the same way using live bait. The perch takes it well and smoothly sinks the float completely. First it starts to pop out, and then it takes it, simply puts it on the float. Sometimes it bites differently. Sometimes it starts nibbling, like a crucian carp. And other times, if it comes up, it just sees it and takes it. You know, right now my float is drifting a little. There it is. But most often it's just small lifts. Dib sank it harder and it pulled, so we need to wait for a pause of at least 3 seconds. There it is. The bite is starting. It sank. Another one. Look, it's on the float. It also swallows it like that. Great. Well, since we have this tradition today, you could say that we're not catching anything. Let's go. Okay, careful. And where's your fish? Not taking it. No, what? It was sinking me like that. Sporting interest. That's the plus of using a float. You can fish at different depths. Right now it's about 2 meters deep, exactly at that 2 meter depth. Well, there it is, it's biting. Friends, well, I think I did pretty well today. I caught some fish using a live bait rig with a dropper line. I told you it was my task because we previously fished with a float using live bait, but not with a dropper line. I haven't told you yet. If you found this video interesting and helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and ask your questions in the comments. And I want to tell you how to fish with ultralight, okay? Are you interested in this? Right here there will be an annotation, a pop-up image. Click and go watch the second video, guys. See you later.